Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to react to Ultraseven What If Story trailer. So basically this is kind of feels like a Shin Ultraman movie, but it's not directly that. And Shin series is like a completely new universe and has nothing to do with the original other than it was a direct reference to the original. For this one, it's like a different take or a different opinions based off what would happen if I think Ultra 7 didn't happen to like defeat any aliens, like if Ultra 7 lose. So I think that's like very interesting and I'm really looking forward to look at this trailer. So without further ado, let's go.
もしウルトラセブンが存在しなかったならば地球はどうなる
They have like very dark themes. 55.
未来へようこそ諸星だ
Yo, how did they do that? That's amazing. Like the CGI they made. Pretty sure like there's someone on the Twitter, they basically just tweet out that that is the CGI that that Moroboshi face on like the younger version. That's CGI. Is that? Yeah, that's Koji Moritsugu. I wonder what he feels watching this. Oh my god, look at all the visual is crazy. Man, you just took the old one. They could make a new one out of this. Like a new version to replicate the old ones. I think that will work a lot better. The amount of like that this is just really crazy. Like the graphics, I feel like it's fair to say that the graphics really look like some sort of MCU or at least early MCU. Like it's not over the top or I don't know how to say it, man. But to be honest, nowadays MCU's not as high budget as it used to be because they got the Disney money and they're not really worried, and also because they decide to like rush things out and make the most instead of focusing on one. And I feel like Ultraman have the same cases, but most of the time of Ultraman tokusatsu series or movies, they don't really put crazy amount of effort because practical effect is already a big effort. So CGI is not really an option in tokusatsu. So when they're making this special movie, they're really going all out on the CGI because I'm I'm pretty sure that they all really want everyone to start watching Ultraman at this point. Considering that Ultraman is very popular thanks to the anime itself, and I believe the anime has started the third season. I have yet to watch the second season, but what I mean is that because of the popularity Ultraman has brought into western part of the world, really just blows up and gain the most money out of all the tokusatsu series. Like Kamen Rider is big, but when is the last time we see Kamen Rider do a cinema style movie like that? Like even over Quartz, I believe, or New Generation Heroes, even though that's like a big deal of a movie, they still doesn't have a crazy amount of CGI, and when they do, it's not as crazy as that. So Ultraman really nailed it in this trailer. So I'm really excited because like in Shin Ultraman, CGI is great, but you can still see some flaws. Like you can see some of them kind of look jarring because the choices of movement that they pick is weird. Like Ultraman spinning while fighting Neronga. That's a weird thing, but like they planned that and it came out weird and they just used that anyway. But for this movie specifically, I feel like this movie really nails down in terms of the quality and the vibe of the normal or or should I say this cinema on a Western country. And I just wish that this movie will blow up so much to the point that Ultraman will go really big, to the point that Tsuburaya can do whatever they want now. Um, and also maybe return to the 50 episode run. That would be great. We still don't know about Blazar being 50 episode or not, because a lot of people still saying that it could be, but I kind of doubt it. Speaking of Blazar, let's look at Blazar's kaijus. Because recently I just got a tweet showing a kaiju that will be released or revealed in Ultraman Blazar. And yet again, we're here in Superhero Toku Tokuan Twitter, because it's one of like many places, many accounts that I choose to look at. So it seems that we have 5 new kaiju. So first of all, I don't know if they arrange it in the correct order here, but first is Gyarados. I think Gyarados looks cool. The design they choose for this kaiju is really just screaming the old era of Ultraman, like early Heisei era, which is hands down the best era ever in terms of monster design, Ultraman design, and story writing. Anything else is either good or mediocre. And then we have Tanagura. Wow, the kaiju look really weird, because like, if you remember correctly, nowadays kaiju are always over the top, and they're always like lizard like. Majority of them are lizard like. Even the bird kaiju looks like a lizard. So now like Niji Kagachi, this one looks very different. Like it gives a really different vibe. I wonder who's the designer for this one. Next is Revira. Revira looks Revira looks interesting. This one looks ugly as hell. This reminds me of Showa kaiju, but then this is like Showa kaiju that they renew the suit because for whatever reason the kaiju became popular. And the last one is Dolgo. And yeah, I think this is the one where people start referencing the manga, because this kaiju right here, Dolgo, really look like Yamaton, which is a kaiju from a manga series. And to be honest, if they gonna make a kaiju look like Yamaton, at this point, why not just make Yamaton a real thing? I actually kind of wish that manga kaiju become real, because that could be really interesting to see them in motion, because there's a lot of manga kaiju that looks ridiculously yet beautiful, they looks amazing. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I see you guys in the next video.